welcome back to our channel. My name is Brandon.
And my name is Heidi, and we are here with another video for you guys.
We have a really awesome video today. We were nominated for a pin tag. We were tagged by somebody. So we were tagged by the Leffersons, who we absolutely love, indirectly in their comments of their video. They said that we should do it, so we're doing it. And this pin tag is called the Class of 2020 pin tag. So the Leffersons also did a video. We'll leave that down in the description. If you haven't seen the Leffersons, you're doing it wrong. So go check them out. But basically what this whole pin tag is all about is for graduating class type of thing, that people who didn't get to graduate because of the quarantine and all that stuff. So we are nominating Disney characters that we have on our pins for 10 different categories for the graduating class of 2020. So we are really excited to be doing this pin tag. So we're going to get started with all 10, and then at the end we're going to nominate 3 people for the pin tag. So let's get into our pins.
Okay, so our first category is Valedictorian, most prestigious award.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, that's kind of like the highest of the high of the class, who like is smart, organized. People nominate them here in Canada. I don't know how it is everywhere, but for our high schools, you have to nominate your valedictorian.
So traditionally, the valedictorian's also like the person who's the smartest or has the highest GPA, but I didn't really go with that route. I kind of went for the character that I felt would represent the whole kind of class, so all of Disney, really, really well. So I picked Mickey Mouse, and the pin I chose is of Mickey and Minnie, just because this is my favorite pin that I had of Mickey in my collection, but I just feel like Mickey represents all of Disney. He's like the main character, so that's why I went with him.
It's a really smart one. And by the way, all the pins that we picked are from our collection, so it's pins that you have, so pins that we fit with our collection for those different award type of things.
Yes.
Awesome choice. So for me, my choice was kind of easy for me, and again, I kind of took like the overall package, but I picked Judy Hopps from Zootopia, because she's the top of her class. She's really, really smart. She catches and finds all of the animals that went savage in the movie. So she's like just amazing at everything. Top of her game at the academy, that kind of stuff. So Judy Hopps is who I picked for my valedictorian. I know, I love Judy Hopps.
Our next award is Class Clown. So for me, I went with the classic choice of like kind of the class clown that I typically see in the classroom, just based on past experiences, and I went with Flynn Rider. So kind of like the typical boy, I would say. He's like really into himself and really loud and has like an outgoing personality, so I just felt like he picked that image perfectly. And I love Tangled, so that's why I had to go with Flynn Rider, because he's just the best.
Really, really good one. I like that choice. For my choice, I picked something kind of different, but I think it kind of fits really, really well. So I picked Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. He's on there with Sully. It's the only pin I have, but he has a laugh floor. So it's enough said at Mad Kingdom. You can go to the laugh floor. Mike's really funny. He kind of leads that whole thing. In the movie, he's really funny and tries to make Boo laugh, and then figures out that laughing is what's best. So I think Mike Wazowski is a really good choice for my class clown.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's good. Okay, so the next award is a character who's most likely to have a reality show. And I don't really know if I can do this because
it's a good choice, though.
I picked a pin that has multiple characters on it, actually. So I went with the Princess Crew. So the reason I picked this pin is because I just feel like the princesses all have a big personality, and when I think of like reality TV, I automatically go to like the Kardashians, which, I don't know if that's
good,
right.
But they're like in like Ralph Breaks the Internet. They have like their scene in the dressing room. It's a really good choice. Like, you cannot tell me. Let us know in the comments if you would watch that show.
The princesses, the Princess
Crew. Like the Real Housewives of whatever, but the Real Princesses of Disney or something. You'd watch that show.
Yeah, so that's why I chose it.
That's a really good choice. I like that. Very creative. Mine isn't as creative, but I think it's just like, this would be a show that I would watch. It's my favorite Disney character, and I had to go with the Genie. So this is a pin that I have of him hugging everybody. But I just think he has the greatest personality. He could sing. He could change into a bunch of different people and put on a show. And when Robin Williams did him, he has all those different impersonations. So I think that the Genie would be a good choice. He'd have some big spectacle, kind of like reality stage show type of thing. I just think that he'd be really, really good. I think Heidi's was better, but again, pretty good shows. Let us know in the comments if you would watch either of those shows.
All right, so our next award that is up is the character who is the most dramatic. So for me, again, I went with more than one character, and I picked Donald and Daisy. And the reason I picked both of them together is because Brandon and I watched the Mickey shorts, and we love it, first of all. But them on there is so funny. They're so dramatic all the time. They're always arguing. There was one episode where Mickey and Minnie are like living their best lives, like so happy together, and Donald and Daisy have a cloud of like thunder over them. And it's just so funny because they're both so dramatic, and I feel like they both just like fuel each other's fire, but they're still together.
And he does his little like type of thing, which I can't do good, but he's just always like stomping his feet.
Yeah.
Mad, you know what I mean?
So, and then Daisy's just always looking like a queen. She's always like dressed up and extra. So I think the two of them together, I'd give the award to them together.
That's a good one. For mine, I went with one of my favorite characters. I just think he is awesome, and I'll get into why I picked him. But I picked Rex from Toy Story because he is just so dramatic, I think, all the time. He is a nervous person, and he's like always over the top. He's playing the game, and he like freaks out when he loses like the level. He's always scared. I feel like he just is super over the top, which I think he's one of those great Pixar characters for me, but I think he's very, very dramatic.
Our next award is the award for cutest couple, and I went with, I think, the classic choice because I just love them so much, and they're so, so cute. So I picked Carl and Ellie. I mean, I feel like you can't really argue this one. No. They are super cute. Their story is amazing. Literally, when you watch Up, within the first like 10 minutes, you're bawling. So you can't tell me that they're not the cutest couple.
No, they're awesome. I would have picked them. And by the way, we didn't say before, but we think the Leffersons, they would be to me a mix of actually both of ours that we picked.
Oh, yes.
Because I feel like mine's very real, so is yours, but I think super cute. Mine's very real, so I think they're just the best people.
Yeah, so if we have to give the Leffersons an award, it'd be definitely cutest couple.
Yeah, cutest couple, 100%, and the coolest people in the world. For my couple, I picked someone who's very real, and I love them in their movie, but I picked Bob and Helen, or Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, because they are just the realest couple ever. They take care of the kids. In the first movie, he's out there and has to go to work and do stuff, and then in the second movie, he kind of puts his pride at the door and lets Helen go out there and be the superhero, and he takes care of all the stuff at home. So for me, I think they're very real, and that's why like we think like the Leffersons are a good mix and they're awesome, but these are who we picked for cutest couple, Bob and Helen and Carl and Ellie. Cute couples.
Okay, so the next award goes to a character who would be the most likely to be a future Olympian.
Yeah.
So I went with kind of, I feel like, a different choice. Since we said earlier we had to go with pins that we had, and my collections are very narrowed down. So I went with Maximus, and the reason I did is because like I feel like he'd be a good horse competitor for equestrian in the Olympics. I think that he'd probably be the winner if he was in there, honestly. Just in Tangled, he's jumping
he's
like
a boss.
Yeah, from building to building, and he's just so intense, so I don't think that he'd let anyone beat him in a race.
No, that's a good pick. And like Heidi said, we don't have like Hercules and all those like typical ones. We don't have those in our collection, so we had to kind of do with what we had, but that's a really good pick. I like that pick.
Thank you.
Mine is more obvious, and it's kind of funny to me because he would destroy in the Olympics, but I always like think of the scene in the first Incredibles at the end when he has to like go quick and then slow down and wanted to come second. So I picked Dash again from The Incredibles. He's down there at the bottom. I don't know if I can get him to slide, but he slides back and forth there. So I'd pick him. He would easily win a race. Like, there's not even a doubt in my mind because he's a superhero. But I think he would give someone like a run for their money and then push it at the end.
Yeah.
Like in the movie. But Dash would just kill he'd break every record in the Olympics.
And what a good scene. I laughed so hard at that. They're like, go! And then he's like going, and then they're like, go. And he's like jogging, he's like...
They're like, go for second, go for second. Love that scene.
It's so cute.
Yeah, what a great movie.
So our next award is a character that would most likely be a catfish. So I went with this character. I didn't have too many characters in my collection that I feel like would fit with this, but I had this one, so I went with this one. And it's Randall. And this is because I feel like he's a pretty sneaky guy.
He's very shady.
Yeah, and in the movie he's always disappearing and hiding and creeping on people. So I feel like he would be a good choice for this award.
That's a good one. Mine is kind of only based on previous history because he's done it before. I love him. He's my favorite Disney prince, but he has already been a catfish.
Oh,
so this was easy for me. So I picked Aladdin. Specifically Prince Ali version here, which I got right there, because he's already done it. He was turned into Prince Ali when he was actually Aladdin to try to get Jasmine to like him. So he's already been a catfish.
He should have just stuck to being
That's
himself.
what I mean. Like, don't be a catfish. Aladdin, it worked out.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do it, so we don't need those catfishes, but I think that Aladdin is a good choice for that one because he's already done it before.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so the next award that we have is Best Dress.
And side note, Heidi's about to go off on her choice.
Like, I just had to go with my girl here because Frozen 2, that's all I have to say. Elsa in Frozen 2 just has the biggest transformation. I feel like she just finds herself, but also in her outfits, like she just progresses and gets better and better, and you don't think that it can get better, but she just does.
She glows up.
I had to pick Elsa because she's just so amazing, and I just love her so much. So she is definitely best dressed. Like her last dress, her outfit. I need that in my life.
And show yourself, she's like killing it.
Yes.
My choice, I have some Marvel pins. I love the MCU, which is all of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. So I went with the character who's my favorite in the MCU, and it's kind of a smaller pin. But I picked Iron Man because I just think his suits are incredible. He has all these different variations, and he just, every movie it gets better and better and better with new tech. So I think Iron Man, which again is now like a Disney thing because of the MCU, I would pick him for best dress. I would love to be in an Iron Man suit. I was going to pick the Incredibles because I love their suits, but I already picked the Incredibles. So Iron Man for me just has like the greatest outfits ever. And even when he's Tony Stark, he's looking fly. So either way, Iron Man, Tony Stark, he's the best dressed for me.
So the next award that is up is someone who's most likely to be internet famous. So again, I went with one of my favorite characters because I just feel like this character would be internet famous if she had access to the internet. So I picked Rapunzel, and yes, I picked her from the Tangled series just because I really like this pin, and I feel like it kind of is showing off her different talents that she has. But I feel like Rapunzel can not only do a lot, but also just because like she's just so beautiful, and I feel like personable. So I feel like if she had like an Instagram, like it would be fire. So that's why I said that she'd be someone who'd be internet famous.
Yeah, Garrett picked her too, I think.
Yeah, he did.
This was my hardest one. I had a really hard time with picking mine because again, my collections are so specific and all that kind of stuff. But I went with Hey Hey from Moana because I just think you could put him in front of a camera with like a random item and it would just be like comedy, or you could watch it. Like people love animal videos.
Yes, and like weird animal videos, like
yeah, like random stuff.
So I feel like it'd be really good because like I think like he would be like viral videos.
Yeah, like I think if he went on TikTok and had a coconut on his head, I think he'd get a ton of views for no reason. But I think, yeah, he would just be internet famous just like that, just for random stuff.
Okay, and our final category actually is class activist. So this is a character who is like trying to represent their class, does everything for their people.
Yeah, like a leader. Like
yeah,
the biggest
like a leader.
leader.
So again, I had to go with someone I love. So I picked Anna just because I feel like she always does things like not for herself. A lot of the time it's for Elsa, but I feel like she would do anything like for her family and friends. And so I think she would do the same for her class. So that's why I picked her, and I just love her outgoing personality.
Yeah.
And I feel like that falls like well under this category.
Yeah, and then she's the queen of Arendelle, so she's
Yeah.
gonna lead those people. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So for mine, I went with 2 pins because I had a really hard time. So like I'm kind of cheating the system picking 2 pins, but they're kind of like the same sort of character almost. So the first one I picked is Mufasa from The Lion King because he is just the best leader and a dad I feel like we'd all want. He's like super strong. When he dies, it's so tragic. I cry every time. But I think he is just such a good leader, and he would lead his people and all the animals. He's very good at that. But then my other one, kind of almost the same, another Marvel character, is Black Panther. And I picked Black Panther because he's, again, the king of Wakanda. He leads his people. He's really driven and for the people and wants to like share the wealth around. Like at the end of the movie, he's like opening up Wakanda to help out people. So I think both of them kind of have the same personality where they want to help their people, help the world, and make it like a better place. So that's what I picked for my class activist.
Okay guys, so those are all our choices for the awards that we gave out today. Let us know in the comments below if you agree or disagree, maybe have some different ideas for the different awards. We'd love to hear from you.
So the next part of the pin tag is we have to tag 3 different YouTube channels who will also do this video. So please, after you watch this, go check them out whenever they're uploaded. We're going to leave all of their links in the description below. So the first person we chose is Disney Dan. So he's a YouTuber from the UK who does a lot of Disney stuff. And for him, we're going to give him the award of Class Activist. And we thought that someone who represents him would be Jiminy Cricket. And why we picked him is Jiminy Cricket is really knowledgeable. He's a good person to have by your side. Dan was a cast member, so he knows a lot of stuff. So we picked him. We thought he'd be someone good to lead this whole class of 2020. So go check out his channel again down in the description below.
So the next YouTuber that we're tagging for this pin challenge is Magically Caitlin. We're going to leave her link down below. And Caitlin is actually also Canadian. She has a YouTube channel that's Disney content, but also has like life stuff going on. It's super awesome, so you should definitely check her out.
Yes.
The award that we're giving Caitlin is most likely to be internet famous, and we picked Belle to represent her. So we gave her this award because her YouTube channel and her Instagram are just fire. I really love like the aesthetics of her Instagram.
Yeah, it looks super good.
Yeah, so we felt like she deserved that award, and then we picked Belle because Belle is very like organized and smart, and Caitlin also, again, as I said, has that like life aspect to her channel. So we really think that she embodies Belle.
Yeah, Caitlin's awesome. Fellow Canadian, so please go check her out again down in the description below. Right.
Yes.
The last YouTubers we are tagging are Brittany and Liz from Walt Life, Salt Life. Again, we'll leave their channel link in the description down below. Please go check them out. They do a lot of awesome Disney stuff. For them, we chose two of my favorite characters, actually. Timon and Pumbaa, because they are just funny, happy people. They're like a team as well. They're awesome. So for them, we're going to give them like a mix of cutest couple / class clown. They're just always happy and funny. We watch their videos and they make us smile because they have a lot of cool content. And they just have like a really cool personality.
Yeah, and we actually started watching their videos like a while back, and then they do a lot of pin trading monthly videos, which is actually why we ended up ordering the box. So we love them. So please check them out. So once again, those are the 3 YouTubers that we're tagging. Go check out their channels down below. We love them. They're all great.
Check them out. They're so awesome.
Yeah.
But again, that being said, we will take anybody else who wants to do this challenge. Again, if you love pins and you have some pins, please do this tag and let us know if you do it. Because again, we want to spread that around. We want to say a huge thank you to the Leffersons for tagging us. They are awesome. Again, we'll leave their channel down below. Go check them out. They've kind of inspired us to do this whole YouTube thing, so we kind of wouldn't be here without them. So thank you so very much. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new.
And remember, it's always sunny.